The season is coming to an end, and Colin and I have been tasked with putting together our top 5 African players from Europe's major leagues this season. Colin, I don't think we've agreed on anything since 2005, so this may not end well, but let's try and put together our top 5. Let's hear who you've got. Let's hear your shortlist.
Okay, so I'm going to start with my number 1, or maybe let me go down. Let me go for my number 5. I'd go with Sassuolo's Jeremie Boga. He's got 11 goals and 2 assists in 28 appearances. But it's not just about the goals that he scored that gets me. It's the fact of the improvement he's made playing with a team that nobody expected to do that well. And then he's had a breakout season. So I think that Jeremie Boga deserves to be in the top 5. Chelsea sold him to Sassuolo, but I'm sure that now they probably want to have him come back and maybe make some money off of him. Or with their wingers going away, they might need to put him in there as a replacement for either Willian or Pedro. At number 4, I've got Mohamed Salah. Look, Salah has got to be one of the best African player in Europe over the last few years, and I think that he deserves to be much higher. But for this season, I think part of the reason has got to be that maybe because we've come to expect so much of him that this looks like an ordinary season when we should be talking maybe it's a phenomenal season for anybody else. So I'll keep Salah at number 4. Number 3, I'd go with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Look, Arsenal have not won anything just quite yet. Maybe they might still win the FA Cup, but Aubameyang has scored 22 goals, finished as second top scorer in the Premier League behind Jamie Vardy. And I think that playing in that Arsenal team with how they've struggled so far, he's done a phenomenal job, scoring all of those goals and making all of the assists. And as captain of the team, he's led them to the FA Cup final. Number 2, and I'm sure you're not going to be too happy with this one, is Victor Osimhen. Now, the reason I pick Ossiman is he's a youngster. His first season at a club in Lille, his biggest clubs after Belgium, top 5 European league, and he scored 13 goals. Was on course to break Victor Ikpeba's record of a single season goal record for a Nigerian player in Europe. Just fell shy because of the coronavirus epidemic, but he still did it. So, and now he's earned himself a move to Napoli, which could end up being the biggest move for an African player in Europe this season. And in fact, it might even be ever for now. And then finally, at number 1, I've got Sadio Mane. Now, Mane didn't score as many goals. I think 1 goal shy, less than Mohamed Salah at Liverpool, but I do think that his overall contributions, his improvement, his consistency over the past 2 seasons has shown me that Mane deserves to be number 1. So I'll just leave you to go on there and disagree with me.
Right, where do I start with this lot? First of all, I think you made a slight error when you were relaying that information because you got confused between position 2 and position 3. I mean, there's no way that you can say that Victor Osimhen with 13 goals, I mean, fantastic season, young man, made a real impact in France, but there's no way you can say that Osimhen with 13 goals is ahead of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang with 22 in a, quite frankly, dysfunctional Arsenal team. I mean, if we're putting guys on our list for getting 13 goals, then we may as well put Jordan Ayew in there, who's had a fantastic season at Crystal Palace. Why was Jordan not considered for your top 5, Colin?
The difference there, like I said, is these are established players, established internationals who've been there before. Ossiman, this is almost like his first season, Okay, if we stretch it, we might say his second season. The first was in Belgium, but this was his first season in a top flight league, in the top 5 European league. And he broke out. He won the Ebony Award. He was top scorer, second top scorer, and he was on record to break some records. So yes, he's young. He's coming up. He's had a breakout season. So I think yes, he deserves to be number 2.
You'll be telling me that Ossiman can emulate Diego Maradona next.
Well, probably.
I think also I'm really surprised that you seem to have completely ignored the Maghreb region from your list. Where was Islam Slimani with his 9 goals and 7 assists for Monaco, rolling back the years, getting transfer interest from Tottenham Hotspur? Where was Achraf Hakimi, a glaring omission from your list? And I think Hakimi has to be in our top 5. I mean, 10 assists for this Borussia Dortmund team from fullback. He has excelled in the Champions League. He's secured a 50 million move to Inter Milan. He is perhaps behind Trent Alexander-Arnold, the best right back in the world. And he doesn't even make your top 5. I'm as you can hear, I'm speechless at this, to be honest.
You're gobsmacked, I can see. But I still do believe that, my top 5 is... Look, I have no doubt that Hakimi he's one of the best young players in the world. But when I look at it, you've got to admit that, you know, the only place I could have put him was in 5th position with where Boga was. But I was impressed by Boga, so I think I'll leave Boga there.
Boga also made my shortlist. I think he is a great player to watch. Completed more dribbles than anyone in Serie A this season. And like you say, he's been linked with a move back to Chelsea. This is all to his credit. But I think if we're looking at players who have overperformed their expectations, you've got to look at Zambo Anguissa from Villarreal. Here's a guy who was relegated with Fulham last season. He has been a commanding presence in that Villarreal midfield as they've achieved a really memorable campaign. And now he's being linked to Real Madrid. This guy, only 2 more players, one of whom is Lionel Messi, by the way, has averaged more dribbles per game in La Liga than Zambo Anguissa. And I think if you look on your shortlist there, you'll find his name somewhere, because he's got to be considered for our top 5, surely.
Can't find him.
Okay, and the one name, you may not agree on Zambo Anguissa, you may not agree on Slimani, you may not agree on Hakimi, which I find really surprising, but one player you have to agree on. He's got to make our top 5. I'm not letting this one slide. It's Riyad Mahrez. A year ago, Mahrez was just a fringe player at Manchester City. He came in, he impressed in the Cups, he had some great cameos. But this year he has proven that he is a starter, he is a consistent figure for Man City. I think you could argue he's been one of their outstanding performers this season. Oh yeah,
look, I agree with that. He's been outstanding, but he's not, I wouldn't call him a regular starter. Man City has been in and out. I would rather go with Hakimi, to be honest. If we're going with a combined top 5, I'd go with Hakimi.
So if I'm allowed one name, in there of the top 5, I can only have one. It's got to be Hakimi.
Hakimi, no doubt about it.
Even though Mahrez has got 11 goals, 9 assists, still in the running for the Champions League.
No, I'll take Hakimi ahead of Mahrez.
Okay, so I think our finalists, Mane, Salah, I can't really disagree with those. Aubameyang, I think he's got to go in there. And then you're including Hakimi. You're allowing me one spot. Is it Ossiman or is it Boga who drops out?
Boga drops out.
Boga drops out. So Maradona completes our top 5.
Fantastic. Exactly.
So to conclude, our top 5, Sadio Mane in top spot. We agree on him. Mohamed Salah in 2nd place. We agree on him. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang in 3rd. 4th place, you've given me, I appreciate that, Achraf Hakimi of Borussia Dortmund, now with Inter Milan. And the 5th spot, did we go for Mahrez in the end?
No, we went for Maradona.
Victor Osimhen of Nigeria, of Lille, soon to be potentially of Napoli in 5th spot.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.